And we return to another exciting episode of Curse of Strahd, where we are getting down to the nitty-gritty and the labyrinth and the dark and the dungeon and the boss fights. So things are going crazy. Anybody have any comments this week before we start into all the festivities?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Roll20 is still
So is The Rock.
Yeah, so am I. I'm ready to start getting this going. Let me adjust a few videos that are a little off here and see if I can get it better situated.
Oh, crap. I actually did forget to even message you. Well, as an announcement, I am also taking over Mink's character since Mink has work tonight. Obviously I know how Vlad's character works, but with Sergey, the now personality, I don't know how Sergey would be personality-wise.
I'm not sure that Mike knows either.
Okay.
That's the upside. Kind of technically a new character.
Sergey is mostly confused because he just remembers dying with a sword through the heart 400 years ago, so he's not quite sure what's going on. He is lost. He's refound his love, which is about the only secure, knowledgeable center that he's got. Everything else is just completely changed. The whole planet has changed as far as he's concerned. So he's not sure what's going on. He is as lost in his castle as you are because Strahd has made so many new constructions.
Strahd's renovated a little too hard.
Yeah, he's renovated a bunch. Hang on, the pictures are going to disappear a moment. I don't know what you've got there. Okay, yeah, no problem. Back to the
Oh,
pictures.
good. Don't know you can hear that. I have music going on downstairs.
That's fine. It's very, very, very distant.
Okay.
We have no problem. Anyway, we will be off and running here. When we last ended with our episode, you guys were down in the cells, which are flooded. Monarch had managed to get out, but then he explained that the cells were down this trap, and you guys had to purposely set off the trap to get down, and you wound up to your necks or over Monarch's head in filthy, fuzzy water. And eventually, after several mishaps, you wound up finding Emil back in the very back corner of the southernmost cells. You had just gotten him out of the cells when we ended last week, and I have your pictures pretty much set up the way I think that you are positioned in this dungeon setup. I believe that Dirok and Sylvia had gone up to actually see to his welfare, try to help him. I don't recall any healing being done on him. I don't think that was...
I think I healed him once.
Okay.
About...
Yeah, it was 7 points, wasn't it? Yeah, he's up 7, that's what it is. Okay. I see now he's up from 20 to 27, so that's okay.
What are we going to do the mansion thing?
We were debating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were trying to figure out what you were going to do, and that was in discussion during the week of exactly how you were going to proceed from here. But you are basically in this situation with all of these cells and stuff happening around you. Is there anything anybody wants to do where you are down in the far southern cells of this complex?
Dirok would be doing pretty much anything to help make sure Emil is standing and not going down in the water or anything.
Yeah, he is weak, but you can tell that he's a very physically fit person, and that given a little bit of time and some good food and so forth, he will probably come out of it fairly quickly. But he has been thoroughly abused down here in the dungeons. He is not quite sure who you are, but you said that Zulika had sent you, so he is going along with what you are doing, but he still is, I mean, he's a werewolf. He is
Yeah.
part of the werewolf pack, and he's not quite sure about you guys. So he is hesitant. You can tell that he is glad to be out, glad that somebody rescued him, but not really sure you're on his side yet. He's hesitant on it. Anything else you want to do before we go on with what is occurring or will occur or whatever?
We still never figured out what we're doing with that one spell.
It's your decision, pretty much. It's your character.
I mean, I know, but I mean, outside of what I think is the best choice, I'm just trying to get feedback from the group. So, I mean, I don't have a ton of options, but I kind of need assistance. I mean, I think I should take it because yeah. All right, I think I figured out which 7th level. I'm just gonna straight up take the mansion and then switch something later. So I'll just do that behind the scenes.
All right, I'll be right back.
But yeah. Beyond that, no. I think we know what we're doing ish. We were gonna go take them back to the one room to teleport them out, but we still need a skull possibly.
Sorry about that. They were getting.
Since we've got Apple missing and a few things, let me just put it on intermission for just a second. Let Apple get back,
okay.
and then I can cut that out on the video when we actually put the video on, because we're missing quite a few, and some things are happening, and you're trying to get that sheet up and so forth. So we will temporarily be on intermission. All right, so as you are slopping around in this water and trying to keep your heads above water and what have you, from behind the very last person, which would probably be Aragal or Victor, Victor is staying away from the radius of Hippotas's sword, and Aragal, he's looking kind of disgusted, as I mentioned last week, at Emil. He kind of feels like Emil is... I don't know. He's given this look like he's a challenger or something. He's not quite fond of Emil too much. But he's got his arms crossed, and he's kind of leaning on a corner of the wall or pillar or whatever there, watching a bunch of you slop around in the water. Victor, since he would be back away from Hippotas, would probably be up the steps a ways too. Probably only your ankles are in the water, and Monarch would definitely be well up the stairs, because he would want to, I don't have his title on there, let's get that on there, he would want to keep his head above water. So you would all, the three of you would be standing up a ways where the other group went down to kind of check out Emil. And from behind Victor and Monarch and Aragal, you guys haven't been all that stealthy. You've been clunking around between cells and breaking open doors and what have you. And you hear coming, you are facing south into this picture. And from your right, or from the west, if you're sketching, that corridor that you had trouble going back and forth through, that you kept hitting that trap as you went back and forth between the two cells, from that corridor you hear coming from the west.
Who is closest to me?
Sylvia and Hippotas not too much further back, and then Sergei's further back. Pretty much the way I've got it pictured there.
Well, Sylvia is not going to be strong enough to hold Emil.
I'm barely able to keep my head above water, so yeah,
That
no.
too. Emil, are you able to stand yourself?
I will hang on to things as I go, and once I can get on solid ground, I will improve. I know I will, but give me some time. I will get there. I can walk,
Just
not fast.
just stay here. Just stay here and hold yourself up. I hear something. If it's something bad, we're gonna have to kill it.
There is a torture room to the west. It will be something out of that.
Thank you. I'll hand put him up to I guess to the side of his cell cage,
There's
whatever.
Of
So that
bars and things that he can hang on to, which is what he's been hanging on to.
yep. So I'll do that, and I'm gonna rush my way back up to the front because we're gonna need a meat shield.
Okay, you climb the steps. When you look, who is the first one to look? Victor or Monarch? Dirok is coming from behind you. You two guys, so are you?
Yeah, so
down
let-
the corridor?
Victor, I believe, is still a wolf, so he's going to look in the direction that something's approaching from, and he's going to try and smell the air to see if he can get some idea what's coming.
Give me a perception check with advantage. And 23, definitely, you can smell rotted flesh. It is overpowering to your wolf senses. It is clearly some kind of rotted individual that is moving towards you, and you can smell more of the same behind him.
I guess I'll growl and point. Maybe get up on my hind legs and make like a zombie pose.
To Strahd, just everyone yelling out at him. Is it a storm? Is it a storm? Someone down a well? Is it a zombie? Zombie! 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 Lovely image. Strahd, I hope you're seeing this. What we're dealing with.
So I guess I see that, and I'm like trying to get people out of my way. I'm assuming it's kind of a small hallway corridor.
It's a T or a cross.
But I mean, like the hallway that we're in, it's probably not big enough for like a lot of us to be standing side by side.
Not a lot of you, but all the hallways right here are 10 feet wide. The side-to-side one, east to west, is a 10-foot hallway with about 20 feet before stairs go up. So there's quite a bit of room for people to back up to the east. And then to the west is where this thing is coming from. You are currently to the south on the cross with the northern cells to the north of you. And you remember that you had issues with this hallway having this teleportation trap or traps in it that you were having problems with. So how will you approach getting up? This thing is weaving down the hall towards you.
I'll stand in front of the trap.
All right, so just outside of the trap area is what you're doing. You are being beset by zombies.
And Derek pretty much pushed people side to side so that he can make it to the front. I didn't know if you were coming back.
I will assume that Monarch wound up backing up a bit towards the stairs, so he's staying above water. Victor, what are you doing? You were in the hallway on point. What are you doing before we actually roll for initiative?
I'm just still kind of warning the others. I'm in wolf form, so there's not much I can do besides just kind of be ready to fight.
He would feel a big Orcan going, like, I guess his scruff or whatever, to let him know that Derek is here.
Good doggy. Now you can Okay, so I'll put Monarch back this way. Aragal moves up and frowns and takes out his weapons and prepares and is ready to go. As this thing lumbers up, you can see behind him there are quite a number of similar beings coming up from behind. And there is another set of stairs that goes down that direction into another sunken zone. So it's they are coming up out of water into this raised area, and then goes down into cells on both sides and up to stairways to your right. Okay, so roll for initiative.
Okay, actually click my character for a change.
And I'll get Sergei's.
Great.
Oh wow, 2 low rolls.
My
That's
Cool.
10 for Derek.
Trying. Just a second. My mouse has decided it's going to take this time to have a problem.
I mean, technically not as bad as Riz.
I
Oh
rolled a
wow,
2.
Sergei goes before Derek. That is not good.
I have +9 initiative. I still rolled a 2.
I have +5 and advantage on initiative, and I rolled a 10.
Jeez. We are like deep in water. We're not exactly fast.
What is that?
Yeah, even the rest of you would begin to smell it a bit. Definitely rotted flesh smell. Now, for your description on Theater of the Mind, so you understand what you've got, these zombies are basically approaching you funneled. They're coming out of a large area behind them, but they are funneling in on you and basically having to more or less line up 2 abreast is the most they could get. So they are coming down at you pretty much 1 or 2 on. So the length of the hall until it widens out into the room behind them. Let's see, it looks like it's about 20, yeah, it's about 20 to 25 feet down the hallway. So you have a large number of zombies that are funneled into a narrow area. So it's kind of right picking here.
Ghouls come marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah.
Oh, brother.
Pretty much, yeah. Let me get them lined up here so I know who's down and what's going on. They're starting to like reach over each other, trying to reach out for you as they come. Let me get them on the turn order now that my mouse is cooperating. Alrighty, this zombie here will be my counter indicating when their turns go, but I will tell you for reasons of your planning what you've got. You have got 8 zombies lumping down the hall towards you, one after the other, or a pair, 4 pairs kind of set up as they come down the hallway. So we have it about like that. Alrighty, let's get our turn order set up. I've definitely got a dying
Oh geez, he has to go first too. This is not good.
Okay, Sergei is the first one, and he's back a ways. He is 10, 20, he's about 30 feet back down this hallway towards helping Emil. So he is not out near you. What is Sergei going to do?
Can he see the zombies, or is this that yeah? Then he's
in the water by Emil, clear down at the south end of the cell block. So
yeah.
He's got 30 feet until he will. Actually, yeah, he's not all the way at the end, so he's got 30 feet before he can even get to the steps to come up out of the water.
Yeah, he's just we'll just say skip his turn. He's helping out. I purposely moved him back to Emil to help him out during this.
All right, Monarch, what are you doing?
Try to think. Can I? Because I'm on the stairs, I can look over them, right?
You can look around them or under them. A halfling actually can occupy the same square, so they can go between the legs. But you can see this thing lumbering clearly between all the legs moving into position.
All right. In that case, I'm just going to send a sunbolt at it. Monarch, it's been a while. Places 2 fingers, points, and a searing magenta beam of energy shoots out of his fingertip.
Hopefully you won't fry any legs or anything else important in between.
Let's hope. And I believe I can do this 2 times. Yeah, 2 attacks, so just twice. Into the first zombie, just poof, poof.
Yep, both of those hit. So very quickly, the first zombie in the order receives a frying hole through it, and it kind of burns. It kind of puts its arms down into the water, and some of the sizzling goes out, but looks like it took the full amount of damage.
Despite his spirit energy is still strong. Trying to preserve my key, though. I feel we're going to need it.
All right, Duroc, you are up.
As my bonus action, I am setting my spear to receive a charge, and that will end my turn.
Okay, they are charging, I suppose, but their movement speed.
I should ask.
20,
Are they more?
They're lumbering.
Let me. I probably should have read this a little bit more carefully. If it's 20 or more feet away from you, is it 20 or more feet away from me? All right, then yeah, I'm setting my spear to receive a charge, and that will be my turn. Basically, when they come within my range, I get a reaction. I can't hear you.
They lumber very slowly down the hall.
Yep.
Sylvia, what are you doing?
Do I have a clear visual? Well, I don't know if I have a clear visual.
No,
Yeah,
you're around the bend. You're down in the cells, and you can't see around this wall that's basically right here. That blocks your vision.
Let's see, which is the stronger of the two. Versus. All right. I'm just going to. I'm just gonna hit Emil with another Cure Wounds at level 1. And hanging back for the time being until it sounds like I'm needed for assistance.
Very good. I'll increase his health.
Haha, that crit.
Hippotus.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my bearings. In that case, I will. Is Victor next to Duroc?
He's sort of behind Duroc as these things are coming down. Victor is in the crossing hall that the zombies are moving down.
So to get to melee range, I would have to put Victor in the sunlight.
I'm in direwolf form. It's fine. As long as I don't get knocked out of it.
The POTUS will show up, and if they're not there, he'll ready an action to attack with the sun.
Okay, so you had, as I had you positioned on the map, you had 15 feet that you had to move to the stairs, another 10 to get up the stairs, and then you still would have about 5 feet left of movement if you wanted to get down closer towards the zombies. They're still about 15 to 20 feet down the hallway.
That's fine, I'll just wait here.
Okay.
Madam DM, hate to be that guy that keeps reminding you about this, but you kind of forgot about Aragol again.
He's easy to forget about. I'm sorry.
No, he isn't. He's a dick.
Okay,
I don't like him.
He leaned on his elbow against the pillar, watching what you guys were doing for a turn. He missed his first round, so yeah, that's
Good.
what he gets
I don't
for for doing that. All right. So the zombies now move up, and the first rank of zombies will move right up against your front line. There are two of them side by side, more or less, but both of them within melee range as they start reaching out towards you.
I get a reaction.
I want to see something about these because I need to see how something will affect them.
I can hear it through my flipping door. They keep getting louder.
Is it at least good music?
No, it's not. Granted, I also have a different taste in music than everyone else, but...
True.
Okay, the zombie that would be on your right, as the two are facing you, the one that would be on Dirok's right, poofs, you see a blob of water, and the zombie disappears from in front of you.
I catch the other one that did make it over. I'm assuming a 16 would hit.
Yes, it does. Okay, so he would be there. All right. And so the second one in that first line takes... He was already the one that got fried a bit by Monarch's flame things, so he took 15 more damage.
I'm just thinking of them as lasers, basically.
All right, and the as the others are shambling, moving, when one clears out of the way, another one moves up to take its place, and I have to roll. That one also disappears, and you don't know where it went either. But you now have a situation where you have one zombie right in your face, two that have disappeared as they walked across the trap in the floor, and 5 more behind the front zombie who are moving up trying to grab you as they come forward. All right, we go on to Victor. What are you doing?
All right, so are they they're in reach now?
They're in reach. You are back a little bit. You're behind Dirok, as I understood it. They are in melee range of Dirok and probably moving in melee range of the POTUS.
All right. Is there room enough for me to move forward and attack?
Yes, because of your form, I would say you would be able to squeeze through, and they would allow people to move around.
All right. So I'll step up and try and bite one of these zombies, bracing myself for the nasty taste.
Okay, you rolled a 20. It's a DC. Oh, the prone is the DC. You rolled a 23. Yeah, that definitely hit. Let me do their strength save on their roll. Boy, that took forever. Yeah, they failed their. He's failed his strength save, so he is now prone and under the water. He is thrashing underneath the water. Let me take off his. How much damage did you do there?
30.
Okay, I'm still got 2 numbers, and I'm never sure which one I'm looking at.
Savage attacker included. Use larger damage number.
But I never know which you're using and what you're doing. So, Anyway,
That's someone playing Druid in a nutshell, really. Let's be honest.
So he takes 30 damage, and I think he is down. Yeah, the front one is down. More moves up to take
Down
his
as in
place.
prone or not, or dead?
He is
More
now dead.
dead.
Yeah, he is now
Okay.
dead and just like floating in the water there. All right, so the that one is gone. And the others move up. We are at Sergei. What is Sergei doing at this point?
He now hears the commotion and is gonna join. Going to join the fray as well after making sure Emil was fine. About how far away is it to get to the corner?
30 feet.
30 feet. So that's basically his whole movement.
Yes.
All right. So he'll make it to there. Is there a zombie in sight?
Yeah, in sight, but it would be considered under cover. It would probably have about half cover because there are so many wolves and barbarians and what have you in front of him that it's a little hard to get a clear shot. But he is able to.
Don't think Sacred Flame is affected by cover.
It's not. It ignores cover.
Yeah. Then, yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to Sacred Flame. DC 19 or take 9 damage.
Okay, let's see what they roll. And he's hitting the one that is now the front one of the group.
Whichever is closest, yeah.
All right. Dex. Come on, roll 20. I clicked it. There we go. A 6. He failed his save, so he takes the 9 damage.
Alrighty. And that will be his turn.
All right. We are up to Aragol, who finally gets his butt leaned off of the wall, and with a kind of an arrogant look, like, I guess I'm going to have to come save you all, he moves forward to fire a crossbow at the lead zombie. And attack 13 is enough, so he does 9 piercing and 24 poison damage on that one.
Damn.
Ow, who just got wrecked?
A zombie
Oh,
from Aragol.
oh, he
He's
actually
using
did
poison.
something instead.
What?
He actually did something instead of being a jerk.
The zombie doesn't look like it's in very good shape, but it also doesn't look like it's not terribly affected by that poison, as you can wouldn't be terribly surprising, but it isn't hugely affected by the poison, but it continues to stagger forward in spite of the fact it's a little bit upset, and it is Rumbaloo Tumbletee's turn.
I will attempt to shoot the wounded one first with a normal searing sunbolt. Ooh.
That will hit. Give me just a moment. I'm doing something.
No worries.
I gotta see how much. Whoops, that wasn't supposed to go there. That doesn't matter. Ignore the over. Transmission over.
Game over for the zombie.
Okay, so I haven't been figuring it in. They got a +2 on AC and Dex. So that's what I had to look up. I wasn't sure about exactly how much they had. So that raises their AC a little bit. It still hit, and then some, so no problem with that.
Yes, and as my second attack, He does his fingers, but this time does this slashing motion, sending out a small sort of like crescent moon of magenta energy, which is just my sunbolt using the sharpshooter trait.
Ooh.
It goes wide, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately that one it kind of bounces off the walls and little sparkles of moonbeams go off in all directions but don't hit the Strahd zombie. But it did take 10 radiant damage from that first one, and that was enough actually to get rid of that front one. There are more lumbering forward, but at least that one is gone. All right, Dirok. You now have,
I see it. Oh, sorry.
You now have a gap of about 10 feet between you and the next row of zombies. They're back a little further because they haven't been able to get through yet.
So, I guess a mechanical question, because for Spear Mastery, it says I can use a bonus action to set my spear to receive a charge. Since I didn't use my action, could I actually use my action to hold action?
No.
I have no idea if that works or not.
What happened was you basically lost your action because this wasn't, by my definition, a charge. This
Okay.
was just a slow shuffle.
Well, I mean, I just, to receive a charge, it's not actually a charge. It's as long as it's within or outside of 20 feet, I can receive an enemy and have a reaction against them. But mechanically now it actually kind of makes sense. I can't really hold an action and have myself to have a reaction to.
Yeah,
like it's essentially my holding my action is a reaction to begin with. So yeah, never mind about that. But you said it was 10 feet for.
Yeah, you're about 10
the
feet
next row
away from the next row. And like I said, that charge concept is more like when you have horse riders or charging line of soldiers. They would
that's just wording. It's not. That's just wording. It's not saying like charge as an ability. Like I can receive an enemy that's within 20 feet away from me. 20 feet or more away from me, that if they come within my range, I can receive them with my spear. It's not actually that them charging at me, since there's no mechanically charge ability. That would be
that makes it
dash.
more like there's another ability, can't think of the name of it, that basically when they pole arm master, where they come, if they come within 10 feet of you, you can take an action against them. It sounds more like it's kind of that kind of setup.
Yeah,
I miss our pole arm master.
I'm getting a little bored by this, so I'm gonna go up there to receive them instead.
Okay.
Forgetting about the doorway.
Let me place him about where they would be, which would be about like this. All right. Tell me which side of the hall you are running up.
I don't remember, so I'm making a flip for it.
North side of this east-west hall or south side of the east?
I am going on the north side.
You disappear.
I disappeared. That's great. So you see me run up and I disappear.
There is a thrashing
this.
of the water, and suddenly you appear face to face in a cell with a zombie right in front of you who goes blah.
I fly into a rage, and they hear a distant Dirok familiar raging noise, and I'm gonna attack it.
This JoJo style, Derek pointing at him. You have fallen into my trap.
Yeah,
So
I'm not. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Yep. So are you attacking the? Yeah, that's.
Yep.
That's your
I'm
attack.
attacking.
So 18
Yeah,
and
here.
21
So-
definitely hit. There's no cover issue in this location whatsoever. So both of those completely hit.
So I'll just move my character token up here since I'm technically not in range of them.
Okay, that'll do. And so it took 27 damage. It is still blowing at you. It's still going. You blow back at it. All right, Sylvia.
I should probably get into the fray, but at the same time, I don't want to leave Emil by himself.
Hey, it's zombies. I mean, it's not like we're struggling. Like, majorly, is
No.
it?
I'm fine. I can hold myself up. You go. Stop whatever that horrible thing has sent on us.
I'll make my way. How far is it from there to where everyone else is down at the bottom, like down here?
Since you're all the way down at his cell, you're going to have to take an entire turn to get up to the hallway.
I'll just start making like small child whining noises while starting to make my way down there.
Okay, so we'll figure
Ew.
you are up to
No.
the steps now.
It's more like.
Well, I said before, you're going to get Monarch and Emil. He'll help you get a new dress. How about that? We'll do a trade.
Hippolytus, finally.
I'm having like a very hard time visualizing the entire situation. Is there a place I can run to and engage someone?
Yes.
Next to Derek.
Uh,
We're in a 2x2 corridor.
Durak,
Zombies coming
I know
towards us.
Durak teleported away.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Good point. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, they're just in front of us.
Good job.
Okay, Apotus is going to charge ahead and just start whacking at the closest undead.
Okay, so you move up about 10 feet, and you are crossing the area that is in question. Are you running across the north or south side of this east-west hallway?
I'm not going to remind you which one I stepped on either.
Oh, best case scenario, they're going to come out and flank them. No problem.
Excuse me.
Basically, you know how we came out of the dungeon and we're going up the stairs? The zombies are coming from there and we're fighting down towards them again.
Durak, heads or tails?
Nope, I know the answer to this, so you don't want me to do this.
He just
okay.
wants you to pick the number.
North.
Hippolytus blubs, disappears from view, and appears alongside Derok in a cell with one zombie in it.
And he's mid-swing, so...
That zombie is so toast. Yeah, you have completely vaporized this poor zombie who is now floating pieces of flesh around this sunken cell that the two of you are in. So that one is gone.
Yeah, Apotus is mid-swing, and he goes, "This isn't the hallway I was just in."
There's now blinding light just coming from one of the holes because it doesn't. Bloody lightsaber.
Zombies move forward, one of which crosses. Let me give them their decks here. Oh, that is terrible. I'm not quite sure what would happen. It rolled a -1 on its dexterity. It nat 1'd and it had a -1, or it had a 0 and yeah. Oh God.
It is
had a
confused. It hit
-2.
itself and it's in confusion.
It is, when it arrives in the cell with Apotus and Derok suddenly in front of them, it is facing the wall and under the water prone.
Wait, what?
The zombie nat 1'd itself with wound up with a -1 in its dexterity roll on whether it managed to miss the trap. It wound up in the cell with the two of you, because it did not succeed. And because it nat 1'd and really blew the roll with a -1, it is prone and under the water when it arrives in the cell with you.
Cool. Can I step on it to make sure it stays under the water?
You can give that a try next time and see what happens. All right, so you now have a row For the rest of you, you have a row of 3 zombies that have moved up within more or less range of everybody, and a 4th one that was transported somewhere seems to be coming late to the party from behind quite a ways back. All right, we are up to Victor.
All right, since the others have kind of teleported away, Victor, fortunately being a large creature, is going to go kind of bristle back to try and fill the hall as best as he can. Are there any near enough that I can attack without going into the trap?
Yes, there are 2 of them that have gotten past the trap area and are now right up in your faces.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for a bite on one of them.
That's a hit. Let's see what they do on. Let's see, and there's no cover particularly for them on anything. So let's see what they get. That is a strength save. They failed their strength save miserably. So the one that you attacked will be prone if he survived. And he took 25 damage. Am I right?
Larger damage number.
The larger one. Okay, so he took 30. Yeah, he's still alive.
Doesn't look it.
He's still undead.
It's only if you hit them with shocking touch. That'd be awkward. I hit the zombie with shocking touch. He starts breathing.
And
What do you do?
And you electrocute the entire party because you're all standing in water.
He's suddenly like, where am I? My whole body hurts. This has gotten morally complicated.
Yeah, very morally.
All right. So we are, after taking a big bite out of crime on this one zombie and practically biting off his leg, what is Sergei going to do?
He is going to Sacred Flame the closest zombie.
Which is the one that Victor has hold of going...
So DC 19 or take 10 damage.
Okay.
See, now I'm starting to understand the lore of magic when you don't actually have to roll to hit.
Yeah.
He gets a +1 because it's only very partial cover, so Dex save. He failed. Even with a +1, it'd be an 8, so he failed. So he takes 10 damage from the Sacred Flame. He's not looking like there's much of him remaining. There's just kind of rotted flesh around and floating in the water. He's starting to fall apart here. Aragal has this zombie right in his face, so he instead uses his short sword, I believe it is he has. He's going to whack at them with it, and he gets 2 attacks with it. 1, 2. And both of them hit with a 24 and 25, and he just exploded, this poor zombie. There is nothing left of it but little shreds of flesh. He did a total of, even with the less damage on the poison, he did a total of 40 damage, even with the resistance to poison. So you still have one that's roughly in melee range, and one that's about 10 feet back, and another that's about 20 feet back of them. You're just about through, but you do have that one that's in the cell with the others. All right. So Monarch.
I will blast, not the one that's in combat with everyone, but the one behind them. The one that's about, so you said 10 feet back?
All right.
From the engagement. And I'll just give him the Venger.
12 does not hit, but the 29 really hits. So
Woo!
it takes 13 damage on that one.
Am I doing anything particularly because I've got radiant damage, or?
No, it doesn't seem to be
Mm.
extra on them. I gotta double check that. Let me make sure I'm right on it. Yeah. Nope, there's no extra. It's just the only thing they
No
have
worries.
is that resistance to poison. All right. But you did do your full 13 damage with the radiant. All right. Anything else before we get Dirok and his battle in the cage? Ladies
This
and
cage
gentlemen,
match.
in the cage we have Dirok.
Despite all my rage, I'm just a orc barbarian in the cage.
Okay, so whack on him, Dirok.
All right, you said he's prone?
Yes.
That means if I hit him, it's considered a critical hit? If I remember correctly? I can't remember. Yes, that's
You
where
have
my brutal
advantage.
critical...
And you have advantage to hit.
So it hits. So I actually, for my critical hit, does that mean that I roll crit dice or does it just double?
No, you roll your 1d8 again.
Well, if I get a crit, I have a bunch of brutal critical stuff.
Mm.
So I actually roll 4d8. That's why I was asking if.
Well,
okay.
you roll your normal critical, whatever it is.
My normal critical or my
Whatever
so
you
1d8
do
or
when
4d8?
You hit 4d8. Whatever you
Okay.
normally roll for your critical would apply here.
So that's an additional 28
All right,
damage.
That's 38, 42 damage. Let me see. I think.
Respectable.
He is somewhat alive.
Okay, I am going to attack him again because I am offended. That's a 30. That is literally one less than an actual critical.
He's dead. Yes, he is definitely dead. So POTUS will have a
48.
time to go. Wait a minute. What just happened when he gets his turn?
Oh, yep. And since I didn't get the chance to move, I am going to go on ahead. And is this the same cage that I broke out of? I make like a half-orc barbarian and get on out of there because I know what's going on.
Okay, so you are taking your full movement. That would be 10, 20. 20 will take you to the top of the stairs, and you are right into the fray again with a zombie right in front of Victor, who is in the front of the fray at this moment.
So, like what? Like right here?
Yeah, you're...
Or further back?
Let me... I'll position that guy kind of like what you're seeing. He is kind of at the corner here. Victor is chewing on his leg. Argol was at the corner whacking on him, so you'd probably be about like that.
So I would be behind him, wouldn't I?
No. This thing here, let me get a... this here is the passage between the cages up north and south. The fight is occurring in this hallway, side to side.
Okay.
Lynn? Lynn? Lynn?
Oh, I'll text her.
Slippy Lynn.
But yes, anyways.
So you would, when you came up out of the other cages, you would have come up like from here and come up this way. Because this is from the south cages and over here is from the north cages. So you would have come up into the fray here. You guys have not been down the way that you were looking. You haven't been down here yet at all. That is still a big room of some kind down there, sunken room, but you don't know what these zombies are coming from. They're marching up the hall this way.
Okay.
Okie doke. So you have taken your action this turn. Sylvia needs to recover for a moment. So we'll say that she's assessing the situation.
I'm still here.
Are you there? Are you
Okay.
awake enough?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just really quiet. I was just really quiet because I was like, I'm not doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, you were not really quiet, I have to tell you.
That's okay.
We knew
was
you
quiet
were
on my end. I
asleep.
just was breathing.
We knew you
No,
were
I
asleep.
was breathing. My roommate came in. I was awake though. I'm hearing everything. So, yeah. Thanks to her. Thanks a lot, Mel.
Okay, so what's Sylvia going to be doing?
Probably if I finally reach the corner, since I had to swim over. If there's any zombies, just firebolt, because that's I'm not gonna waste spell slots.
Very good. That works. Okay, send me your damage, please. I'm waiting for it.
Attack and stuff.
Yeah, sorry, my sheet decided to go and bippity boppity boop. I'm like, what the hell? There we go.
Yay. Damn. That's a cantrip? Oh, yeah, firebolt, of course.
Okie doke, and that is a definite hit for a 12 on that front guy. Let's see what he's. Yeah, he's still. Let's see. He's still in fairly hale and hardy condition as much as he can be. But he takes the 12 damage. Okay. And it is Apotus. You find yourself in a cell all by yourself, Apotus. The cell bars are down. You can run behind Dirok back into the fray.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll run into the fray, and if I can get into melee, I'll attack the next zombie.
Yeah, I think you've got enough room with the way they are at the crossroads of this thing. I think pretty much everybody can get into melee if they choose to. So I will put you about. Oh, come on, roll 20. Put you about there.
So it's a 13 and a 17.
And those hit because there's no cover issues. So that is 30 damage, which is enough to remove this one from existence. It is gone. There are two more lumbering up the corridor a ways back. There's one about 10 feet back and one about 20 feet back in the corridor. So they will now move forward. One just stupidly moves up into the middle of the group of you and actually manages to get close enough to actually make an attack. It will let me do a 1d3 roll. Let's see, no, 1d4 roll. Starting at the bottom with Aragol, up through Victor, then Dirok, and then Apotus is number 4. So let's see which one of you it attacks.
It's like exploding zombie or something.
It attacks Aragol. Actually does 3 attacks on him. And let's see what his armor class is. Okay, he's a 15. They all hit. Interesting. So
Aragol.
it did a total of 14 damage on him and 5 necrotic. So that's 19 total. Okay. It is now Victor's turn. Actually, the second zombie would be able to attack too. Let me see what it attacks. They're both in range. Let me give it a quick one too. It attacks number 3, which is Dirok. Okay, so let's do its attack. And it does a bite and a claw and a claw. 22, 14, and 14. Does the 22 hit? Yes. It hits Dirok. So it did 5 piercing damage and 2 necrotic, so a total of 7 damage on you, Dirok.
Halved, or do I have to have it?
It has not been halved. So you
Alright,
took
so
7, so that would be 3 damage.
oh no, I got a paper cut.
Ow.
I need to be healed all the way.
Lol.
Victor's turn.
All right, gonna go for another nasty mouthful of zombie.
Blah. Oh well, dogs like rotted meat. All right, let's see. So that's a DC 14. First, let me see if it's still alive. It might not be. That is 28 damage, am I correct? There's nothing
Yep.
additional on that, there's just the 28. Okay, that is still alive, so I will... So I will do the strength save roll on it. Ten does not make it, so it is prone and bubbling under the water. Doesn't have to breathe, but it's making thrashing noises under the water. It is prone. All right, and Sergei is up. There are only 2 zombies remaining in the hall. One is under the water. One is in full health.
He probably can't really see the one under the water, so he'll go after the one that he can see, which is the one at full health.
And it does have, right now, it does have a +2 on AC, but that doesn't mean much.
Yep, DC 19 or take 9 damage.
Okay, so it'll get a +2 on its dex save as well. And let's see what it rolls. Dex. 12 plus 2 is not a 19, so it fails, and it takes the full 9 damage. Okay, 2 zombies, both a little bit injured in this hallway. Argal will... He's kind of mad that they managed to hit him because he kind of had the attitude that he couldn't be touched. He hadn't taken any damage at any time, so he was beginning to feel he was all that. So he takes a couple of swings at the zombie nearest him. Oops, he missed on one of them. He wasn't all that. I think this, what's there? Yeah. No, he didn't miss it. There, I forgot how low their AC was. So he hit on both of those, and wow. All right, so this is halved, so they take... That one's gone. The front one is gone. You did 34 damage even with the resistances. Alright, there is 1 zombie remaining in the hallway in reach of all of you. It is Monarch's turn. He can finish this.
Alright, he's not in contact, he's not fighting with anyone, is he?
No. No,
No.
you're back out of the immediate melee range.
In that case, I will attempt some more little magenta moon crescent bolts of energy.
Both of those hit.
Ooh.
So, you do 31, 40 damage. That's enough. With what it had remaining, that's enough. You are out of combat. You now have an open hallway to the west into a room you haven't explored.
I just kind of not really shove my way, but like make my way past everyone so I can go back to get Emil. Emil, are you fine?
He has made his way about halfway up, just kind of like swinging from bars, moving along slowly through the water, and he nods at you. I'm getting better now that I'm not so cramped in that room.
Here, I'll help you, and I'll grab his arm and put it around my shoulder so I can carry him out.
And he accepts the aid and moves out. It is a shame that I am not up to my usual ability, but I will soon be able to. Kind of looks at you. You say Zulika sent you, yes?
I believe that's her name.
Tell me.
She was the lead female.
If you know Zulika, what is she capable of doing that the most people in Barovia cannot?
She can turn into a wolf.
He smiled a kind of wolfish grin. Then I will be fine. And he
And he what?
He changes into werewolf form alongside of you, and he suddenly looks a lot stronger as he does so.
Does it feel like that he still needs help, or is he moving on his own?
He looks like he's now moving quite healthily alongside of you.
Alright, I let go of his arm if he wants to move along by himself.
And he does, and he's able to follow along with you, and he remains in wolf form at this point. I will rip his throat from his skull.
Who? Your rival? Because he's already dead.
No, I will rip the one who placed me in this cell.
Oh, the devil.
No, you should return home.
Hey,
I
we made a
want
promise
my
to get you out alive.
revenge. What did you say, Lynn?
I said we made a promise to get you out alive.
Well, we are not there yet. We may have to fight through Strahd to get there.
This is true. There is no easy way out of this place. We may as well take him along with us.
So,
No
in the
fucking
words of
truth.
Princess Leia, well, here you are. Did you have a plan for rescuing me?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
We should probably go back and get something else and then get out for a short bit.
I agree. We need to relax. We need to recover.
I mean, I'm ready to keep going forward, but there's not a lot of options in doing so.
Epotus telepathically contacts Zatra to see where she ended up.
That would be up to you wherever you send her. I don't know where you sent her.
Okay, yeah, he sent her back to back towards
That's
the
what I
locket.
thought. Yeah, she would be back. She led the other horses back.
Okay.
Along with Arabelle, I think is her name, right? Annabelle, Arabelle, whatever.
Yeah.
She went back with them as well.
Let's find a spot. Sylvia, you were mentioning something about being able to shield us so that we could rest and recuperate.
Yeah. You know, it's funny what swimming around through the muck and gunk can let your mind wander and think about. I may know of something that could help. At least keep us safe for a bit.
That's
But I'd rather be somewhere a little less here.
Seething in excrement.
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's go back the way we came then, or as close as we can.
Monarch, I'm going to speak for at this moment. He
Yes,
would
because
say-
you posted that earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Monarch would say at this point that he had tried to climb the slide back out, and it was very slippery, and the heavy block closes back into place, and so the slide is probably not a way to get out unless you can figure a way to climb a slippery slope and
Well-
blast the rock away.
We did leave a rope to. Well, no, we didn't because no one's
No.
up there now.
No, we
No,
mentioned
I'm
last
on
week Monarch can
the
lead you back up, doing a different route.
Oh wait, no, yeah, someone hammered in with what's it called?
It's
Well, we
like-
had a Python, but then we remembered we
Python.
didn't have any Pythons.
Yes.
No,
And
and put his head up, head pythons.
No, he said, no, I don't have it, so forget that. I'm jumping down. the
Oh,
hole.
okay.
So anyway, but even if you had the trap springs back up into place and you've now got a heavy rock over the entrance, and you would have to figure out some way to be on a slippery slide and still get that rock so you can get out again.
Mm.
Sounds like a job for Dirok.
But as I mentioned to you before the game, Monarch had already tried these stairs that are behind you in the hallway. This east-west hallway has a circular staircase at the east and a larger room, albeit sunken room, that is to the west of you. There's a large room to the west, stairs to the east, cells north and south.
So he can lead you up to the place you picked him up again, basically.
No, he can lead you back up to where he went, and then he took a stair down, wound up back into the hallway where he started because he didn't choose the right route, and that was where they picked him up. So he basically had, in this labyrinth, had chased his tail and gone around in a circle and wound up back at the cells, but he does know that the stairs get you up a long ways up to floors above you. If he had picked a different route, he might have had better luck.
We'll just lead the way then, little one.
Okay, so you will head up the circular stairs.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now there are more people in this group than are showing there. You've got Emil and you've got Monarch from the last time that you were in this thing. So let me, Monarch, pull your character out and let me pull Emil out. Just pull your character from your sheet over to the picture of stairs. I'll do it now. I've got it.
Yeah.
Got it up.
Sorry.
You just grab the name and pull it to the sheet. Oh, there, you got it.
Yeah.
Got
Oh, God.
we
Look at all the dots!
There we go. Behold my true power.
He split into a whole bunch of little tiny monarchs.
Just
Ex-
Naruto.
Yeah. It's how gnomes are born. You split a halfling and it blows into...
It's like a Goomba. You step on them and then it splits into two.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
that you cut a human in half, you get two dwarves. You cut a dwarf in half, you get a halfling. You cut a halfling in half, you get a gnome.
Oh, God.
It's-
Oh, good lord.
It's simple alchemy, people.
Okay.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Did you miss me, eh?
Of course. What are you doing?
All right, so you go up these stairs, and it brings you out. As you are kind of counting the steps as you go up, you come to a landing, but no doors. It just keeps on going up, and it feels like you went up close to roughly the same distance you came down when you came out of the Chamberlain's office. It just feels like the same number of steps, so you would guess that you are on or near the same floor that you came from when you had the Chamberlain's office. However, you are not in a section that you have been in before. You are in this circular staircase, and you come out into a short 10-foot wide hallway, like most of these hallways, same kind of thing. There is a 10-foot square landing that you come out on as you finish the stairs. The stairs do continue on up if you wish to go further up. North of you is about, counting the 10 feet that you are standing on, it's about a 30-foot long hallway, and there is a door at the end of the hallway. There is also, in the 10-foot block halfway up the hall, you can see that the granite block has a gap between each side of it. The 10-foot granite block looks like it is disconnected from the 10-foot section in front of it and behind it. Right alongside of it is an empty room 10 feet square, just an empty wall, brick, and granite room 10 feet. So you
Can't hear you. Sorry.
I can't. Got a 10. I don't have enough hands. So you've got a 10-foot or 30-foot hallway running north and south. You have got the middle 10 feet has this odd block in it, and right alongside of it to your right is this 10-foot square area that's an empty room with nothing in it at all. And this is the place that Monarch said in the conversation I gave you out of the game, where he said he managed to get past this mechanism, but he wasn't sure what it was, and it worried him, so he didn't fiddle around with it, but he was able to tell that there was some kind of mechanism here, but he was able to get through to the door fairly easily. It's just that he wound up picking a hallway that took him right back down to where he was after he got out of there. He knows that there is a large hallway, or hall, more like a hall, that is the other side of the doors, because he was able to get out there and see it before. And that's pretty much the limit of his knowledge, because he didn't make a good choice and wound up coming right back down where he was. So you can move up to 30 feet north, but you have this odd thing in the middle of the hall.
I move over to break it.
All right, there's nothing to break unless you're going to try to break the granite on the bottom.
This is Derek. He doesn't think things through. Whatever this odd thing is, he's going to break it.
All right, give me an attack roll. I'm going to set the granite's AC at 17.
That's a 29.
All right, you smash a big chunk off of it, and the thing shakes heavily, almost like an earthquake, and you hear things banging above you as well. It's like an earthquake hit this section of the hall. But you did damage this a little bit.
I look up. That's never happened before.
Give me a perception roll when you look up.
Okay. That is a 24. That's actually... He's very noticing today.
When you look straight up, when you're standing at this gap, when you look straight up at the ceiling above you, you can see that there's a whole series of holes across the ceiling, goes all the way across the 10 feet. The holes are like 1.5 to 1 inch in diameter, and they're spaced about a foot apart all the way across the ceiling.
Do I think this is a trap of some sort?
Give me an intelligence roll, straight intelligence roll.
Oh, good. Intelligence.
Yeah.
My -1.
You should have thought of that before you hit it.
Oh, 17. I'm kind of smart today, too.
He's getting enough experience with what's been going on in this castle that, like Monarch, he can tell it's a device of some kind, and he doesn't like the feel of it. There's something that smacks of it. However, Monarch did say that he got all the way to the door.
I'm looking up and I'm like, I think there's some kind of trap up there.
Okay, so why are you messing with it then?
Because it's in the way.
Can we go around it by going through that room, by the way?
No.
Wasn't that right next to it?
Nope.
Or am I missing something?
A room, but it is a dead end.
Oh, I thought you were asking in character. Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, no.
Pardon me a second while they disappear off of here again. I gotta look at something on.
Sigh.
Duroc does not go around. Duroc goes through.
Duroc? I mean, I know we're all here for a fight and all that, but maybe, just maybe, a little bit of a Hunterly type stealth would be much more beneficial at this point than breaking everything in sight.
I don't care for the devil's house. I'll tear it down if I have to.
The moment in which he's not wrong, but stealth is still a better part of survival.
I'm going to have to agree with Sylvia at this point. We need to conserve our energy. We can't be going around wasting time going, doing random clunks around all over the place in the dark.
Did they see this movement and whatnot as well, or was I the only one?
We were watching you, so I'm assuming we saw something.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. Now, if you have not, you pointed at the ceiling, I take it?
Well, yeah, I pointed up. I pointed at the ceiling and said I think there's a trap up there. But I'm talking about like when I attacked and like everything shook. Did they see or feel that as well? Okay.
Yes.
But are you not even interested why I attacked this rock and everything shook?
If there's something called a keystone, if you break it, we die.
But wouldn't the devil die as well?
No.
No.
Generally, people who put things like that in their house don't make it so they die if it breaks.
Wait. Little one. You said this castle was alive.
In a manner of speaking, yeah, it's infested with his magic. It listens to him. It moves.
Could this be it? And I, tap it this time. I don't attack it.
Does anything happen because he tapped it?
Just a gentle tap doesn't make it move.
I think this is more just in the line of the traps we've encountered already. There's pit traps, spike traps, dart traps, spears, poison, beasts. I've encountered a few things since I've been down here.
But he'll have a trap that will just collapse his whole castle.
I doubt it, but it might collapse the corridor.
But it shook everything, even stuff above.
Yeah, I mean, the ceiling can come down on our heads.
Now, to give you the kind of feeling, you're looking at a hallway very similar to what you are seeing there. You basically have, let me get the drawing out so you have an idea.
Because at the end of the day, we just need to get over it, don't we? Out of character speaking, we just want to get past it, don't we?
I still kind of want to break it, actually.
basically have this block that is apparently disconnected to the rest of the hallway. And although this picture shows a wall to your right, there would be
Anyone got anything you can step across a ladder or tap this floating disc?
I don't have the floating disc. I'm not that good.
How far is this spot then?
It's 10 feet. Let me get my arrow up so you can see what I'm pointing at. You just came up the stairs, which are right here. That's the stairs you came up. This section you are standing on is 10 feet. That only shows 6, but ignore it. This section is 10 feet. This section is 10 feet, and this section is 10 feet. This room goes back in 10 feet. Everything is 10 feet measurements.
Could you jump from the corner to the room then? Could you jump from here?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
It wouldn't even
I guess I'll attempt it. Because I'm the more agile, so if anything does go wrong, I can at least sample it.
I would give you advantage because there is not much of a challenge related to having to do that jump, so you'd be able to do it pretty easy. So just give me a dexterity.
Do I even need to? Monk levels, I can just walk up vertical surfaces now. So
right, yeah.
do I even need to roll anymore?
That's true.
Yeah, he goes up for a running and I'm like, oh wait, no, I don't need to do this, and then just walks up sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk over and into the room without any problem at all, and needless to say, Victor would have some advantages in that category as well. So you step into that room. It's just pretty much an empty room. Give me a perception roll, Monarch.
Oh God.
It's not empty anymore.
That's deep. You're in an empty room. Is it really empty? Deep thoughts for Derek. Hey! That's initiative. That's initiative. I'll keep that. I'm keeping that.
First third order.
Your first in existence of the turn order.
Perception, isn't it? Yeah. Right, there we go. Oh, that's there we go.
You wasted that roll.
You are just, you are paying a lot of attention to jumping up and down.
I lost an arm, okay? I got a lot on my mind. I lost an arm, alright?
You're like jumping up and down in this room to make sure it's steady and everything else, and absolutely nothing is happening. The room is just a square room, seems to do nothing.
Alright, I'll probably just tell people to quick ferry themselves across, and we can jump over to the next corner from the room, right? By going...
Cat.
Are you following him across? I will say that Monarch has made it across to the other side.
So we're crossing this 10-foot section of the room.
Yeah, we've gone there into the room, and then we're jumping across from the room. We're doing the corner jump. Jump into the room from there, and then jump out of the room. At the corners.
You know what? I've not had really good luck with this, and Epotus takes a step forward and Misty steps across.
Oh, I was going to say, I could help you. I could throw you over.
Please, no.
All right. So POTUS has.
But I have advantage at throwing.
POTUS makes it safely across with a misty step. Who else is crossing?
Ow.
Sylvia.
You're
Being assaulted by a cat.
Yes, I am. She decided that my neck is the place she needed to be.
Emil is
What a cuddly cat.
Is going to try jumping into the room and then jumping, Kitty Wampus, he'll zig back and forth, kind of following the way Monarch went, but he's going to have to jump it. Let's see how his deck saves do on this.
Oh God. I want a meal.
2 dex saves. Yeah, he manages to make it across on both of them by jumping the corners where he had a better chance at getting across. And so he has joined the group of you.
I move over to Aragal and I ask him, "Would you like some help?"
I don't need help. I can do it myself.
Just pushes him in. Okay then.
I'm tempted right now with that response.
No.
You know what?
You've already done it once. So you can't do it again.
You know what? I say, yes, good. I grab him by the collar of his shirt and the belt of his pants, and I'm going to throw him over.
All right, first thing you have to do is give me a grapple check.
Which is?
Your
Athletics.
strength, athletics versus his either dex or strength
good.
save.
My athletics, +8. That's an 18. I'm not too confident about that 18, though. That's an actual 10.
Ignore that one, audience, because I pushed the wrong one. I pushed it on Emil. Let me get our rolls up and try again.
Rip.
The sound of cat demanding cuddles in the background.
He fails it.
I have him grappled. I am now going to toss him.
Crazy.
So what do I need to roll for that?
You've got to. What is your lifting capability? That's all I need to know.
I have advantage on lifting. That much I do know. Let me look at my. Where is it? It is. I think I've gone too far down. You gain the might of the bear. Your carrying capacity, in maximum load, and maximum lift is doubled. So for over almost 500 pounds, I do know for that.
All right, give me a straight DC 14 strength roll. Straight strength roll. I want to see if you.
That's a 21.
You successfully
Jeez.
toss him the 10 feet, and I'm going to roll a 1d6 falling damage.
So yeah, what basically happens is Aragal is like, "No, I can do it myself," and I just toss him anyway.
And he takes 4 falling bludgeoning damage from being tossed across the thing. He gets to his feet and is cursing you in Vistani.
That is not how you say thank you.
I don't think he's saying thank you.
Would you like some help?
No, I think I have it just fine.
After watching how you helped Aragal, she's like, no.
I walk back to go and grab her.
And I will just mention to her across.
Oh.
Well, I was going to offer the people who couldn't make the jump a lift, but you kind of preempted that one.
I look over at Victor.
Victor's going to get a good running start and jump across before Dirac gets any more ideas.
Hey, Dirac, don't forget we still have Sergey.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say that Sergey is gonna do it by himself. He sees this happening. He's doing his jumps during this time that Dirac is distracted.
Just roll me a couple of which is it, athletics or the other one that's dex. Roll him a couple of
acrobatics.
Acrobatics rolls.
All right, his athletics is better. This is Sergey's sheet. It's just under my name.
Have advantage. That's one.
So 20 and 23.
He is able to make it across. He jumps into the room and jumps back out. All right.
So then I still have to jump.
Yep, you've got to get across. And Victor, how are you jumping? Are you trying to jump straight across, or are you jumping zigzag?
Yeah, I got like a running start and tried to jump across.
All right, give me an athletics roll, please.
All right. Ooh, not great.
I am going to hold what happens in your situation for just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and roll the others and see what else is going on. So, Dirac is going straight across, or is he trying the zigzag jump?
I'll go straight across.
All right, give me one athletics jump.
And is that with advantage or no advantage?
No
I guess it
advantage.
doesn't really matter.
This
It's 1 point difference, but
yeah, you managed to make it across the jump. You're on the other side. Lynn, how is Sylvia getting across?
Oh, I forgot to move the icon, but I had already dimension doored.
Okay. All right. Victor, you equaled the DC on this. And
Dun, dun, dun.
you are scrabbling frantically for a better purchase on the other side, and you manage to make it across just as a portcullis from the ceiling drops in 3 positions, completely encasing this block in steel bars. You, however, have made it across to the other side.
you should have just let me throw you over.
As the group of you watch, these bars all drop down just like instantaneous. It's obviously forced with some kind of mechanism, completely encasing this room so that no one inside would be able to get out. You notice that there is a hiss of gas that is issuing from inside this cage, so you might want to back up against the door.
Yeah, we're probably going to back out and get going.
And as this happens, the floor begins to rise fairly rapidly, disappearing out of sight through the ceiling above. The ceiling
floor in the
actually
cage?
goes up with...
The floor in the cage?
Yes, so you basically have a 10-foot cube, ceiling, floor, and 4 bars that are rising out of sight going up. At the same time that all of this is disappearing, going up, and you hear the hiss and see this cloud of gas, you hear a hideous, loud rumbling, shaking the walls, coming from the room that was open to the side.
Rumbling.
Probably something happening in there too.
You
I knew
can't
it was a
really
trap.
see very well because there's a big block of floor blocking it, but as the floor passes, you can still see that the room seems to be open, but everything in this hallway is shuddering enough that you have to put out your arms to support yourself on the walls because there's just rumbling like something horrible heavy is happening in this hallway.
I knew it was trapped.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's really no doubt, but...
Come, let's just get going then. Leave this behind us.
Honestly, if this is really a thing, Dirac, I may owe you an apology.
What?
Never mind.
All right, so the party, and I don't have your tokens in the right place here, let me pull them over. All right, so you are opening this door at the end of the hallway to get the hell out of Dodge. I take it?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can work out where we are.
All right, so you quickly open the door. Who is opening the door, just so I know who's in front?
The POTUS will do it.
I was about to say I'm a good one if you want me to do it, because I've got good dodge and dexterity and stuff if it needs to be in the future.
I can just take it to the face, it's fine.
Paladins.
You open the door of POTUS into a fairly large hallway, or perhaps at one time it was actually a hall that was used for something. You're not quite sure what it is. There is like a low dry ice mist, if you will, creeping across the floor of this. The hallway runs mostly east and west. You have opened a door about 20 feet from the west wall. The west wall has a double door in it. Then this hallway runs a long ways down, runs 70 feet east and west. It is 20 feet wide north to south. You are facing north. So this hallway is wide from side to side on you as you open the door. And you look at this creepy fog kind of creeping across the floor with the double door to the side of you. There are 3 doors on the long wall across from you. And bumbling and kind of humming to himself in a crazy sort of way, coming down some steps that are clear at the far east end of this long hallway, northeast end of this long hallway, is a mongrel folk who is bumbling along. Monarch, if you are in visible range of this room, roll perception. You recognize this bumbling Mongol folk as the fellow who brought you food about once every 3 days. I don't hear you.
Mentioned that's the man who used to bring us the slop when he remembered to.
And he had identified himself to you at one point as Cyrus, mainly because he mostly speaks of himself in third person.
Called himself Cyrus.
He's carrying a big kettle, kind of lugging it along as if he's headed somewhere with a heavy kettle as he comes bumbling down this hallway. And he kind of freezes as he walks into the room. As you guys start walking into the room, he freezes. He is startled and rather taken back by a POTUS as he sees this big creature come out of the door, and then he sees Monarch behind him and goes, "Oh, you're the one who's going to cause me all the trouble. Oh, no, I know, go away. Cyrus does not like this."
I ask Monarch, is he one from like the others from the Abbey?
Similar. Seems to be bestial in nature and not particularly developed mentally. Strahd seems to prefer the I'll say the king of the castle seems to refer his minions to be of animalistic mindsets.
I mean, because the ones at the Abbey were of the same family.
That I do not know. I was only in the Abbey for a short time before I was taken.
I look at Cyrus and... oh crap, I think I deleted their names too. Yep. Dang it, I deleted their names. I remember...
I want to say whose name you're mentioning.
The 2 guards that from the Abbey. Like, I can't remember their last names, but I remember...
Bellevue.
Do you know...
Bellevue was their last names.
Bellevue, okay. Do you know the Bellevues?
Bellevue? Of course I know the Bellevue. I'm Cyrus Bellevue. Why did he ask? What do you want? Why are you here?
I smile then and put my hands up in a non-threatening way. Duroc is friends with Siegfried and Otto.
Oh, they're my cousins. They're my cousins. They're helping Strahd get a bride, you know.
And I nod. And I'll put my hands back down in a calm manner. It looks like they are.
Cyrus was going to feed the prisoners. I was just going to get the stew. to feed the prisoners. He hasn't seen Emil yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our character, he's the prison guard. He's meant to be the prison warden. He does not report. He didn't report Monarch missing because he didn't want to get in trouble.
Darak cannot think on his feet, so there's no way he's going to be able to lie out of this.
Yeah. Social character.
I'm gonna tap Drunk. Keep him busy.
Is it all right if I go ahead and get the food? The master expects me to get the food for the prisoners. Mr. Bluecoat, would you like some of your food?
I'm gonna start ushering like every person taller than Sylvia to kind of like block the doorway and kind of form a thing around Duroc, and then start walking Emil behind them.
Subtlety.
It's like, you, opponents, go forward. You, go forward. Victor, go forward. It's like, okay, Emil, come this way.
You guys are acting like a human wall to hide
Pretty
the werewolf.
much. If this thing's not smart, he won't notice.
Right?
Cyrus is just like, he's kind of like has stopped in mid-step, like he wants to go on and finish his chores that he's got to do, and he's like motioning towards one of the doors on the north wall, like he wants to go there and finish what he has to do. You start to hear a banging in from one of those doors as well. Everything suddenly seems to make a whole bunch of noise, like there's a fight going on in the kitchen or whatever. Something is going on in that room.
I look to the doorway and I ask Cyrus, "What is going on in there?"
Everything's fine. Just a moment. And he drops the kettle and he runs over and he pushes open the door and he goes, oh, everything's fine. Yes, well, I can't cook quite as well as I used to. Just a minute. He throws the door open, runs in, slams the door behind him, and you hear, back, whack, back,
go,
get back,
go.
whack.
He's in that other room right now. You said
fighting whatever passes for meat.
Go. I will try to distract him if he comes back out.
Okay, no, come with us. Just everyone go.
All right, you have two choices really out of this. There's a huge portcullis at the east end of the hallway, but it looks like it is just a storage room. You can see a lot of kegs and casks in there. So it doesn't look like it goes anywhere. At the northeast corner of the map, stairs go up. And to your left, or the west, are double doors. The double doors are carved in a way that you have seen before. You have noticed other doors that you came through once before that had a lot of bas-relief carving on them. And the doors to the west do have this fancy bas-relief with prancing horses and soldiers carrying banners and so forth.
Just pick a door. Go.
Cyrus went in the door on the north wall that is the furthest to the east, the door that is fairly close to the stairs up, but there is a lot of banging and yelling going on inside this room.
He'll probably he'll probably mention just like he's a simple-minded creature. He shouldn't give us away, but remember, his mind belongs to the owner of the castle. But he is harmless.
All the more reason we're just gonna keep going. Everybody go.
Go where?
Go. Someone pick a door.
You're the one that's leading them. Pick a door.
Great, it's all on me. So it's the portcullis and
two double doors to your left. Not two double. A set of double doors to your left. 3 doors on the north wall, one of which Cyrus went into. and a stairs going up, portcullis into a storage room on the end.
Oh, I'm just going to dash ahead to one of the other doors that's not where the thing went into, and I'm going to crack it open and peek and see if it leads to the same place.
Left door, middle door, right door. Cyrus went in the right door.
I'm going to check the left door.
How far are you opening the right door?
Just enough to see if it opens up into a kitchen, if I see Cyrus. I just want to kind of get a quick peek at the room and go, this one clear? Okay, no.
The room is about 20 feet square. It has rubbish all over in it, and it stinks of long habitation without being cleaned out. It is kind of smelly, like it's been over-habitated, if that's a word.
And it's
And there's a very filthy bed in the corner and some spoiling food sitting on a plate with some roaches crawling on it.
And closed immediately, checks the middle door.
You open it and you see Cyrus at a pot in the middle of the room with a fire under it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a zombie-looking creature clawing at him and trying to claw out of the pot while he is whacking it with a large wooden spoon.
The zombie creature is inside the pot?
I remember who's what I've been sustaining myself on.
Okay, double doors now. Double doors now. We're going to the double doors.
I suspected as much, but you don't
Epos
question.
falls on the sun sword. Just
Oh, that door is closed so quickly. It's just like, and nope.
Double doors. We're all going to the double doors.
You rush to the
Cross
double
elimination.
doors and swing them open.
Strahd sitting on the other side. Watch. Sorry.
Just eating
And
your
I
cereal or
can
something. It's like,
possibly have this. Let me see if I've got this or if I have to pull it out. I have to pull it out. Give
hilarious.
me 1 second. I have to pull it up. And you wind up, I can get this wherever it puts it. It never tells me where it goes. Okay, there it is. Whoops. Seems vaguely familiar.
Oh, this is when I remember there were being double doors in this room.
And
isn't it-
as you look up, you see a large dragon skull above you.
Okay, this is good. This is good. Didn't we find that weird, crazy rainbow room around here somewhere?
I believe that was straight across from the room when we entered it.
You went downstairs to get to that, of course. You went through the Chamberlain's office and way downstairs.
Okay, so this is good. Do we want to camp here?
No, we do not. This is a bad room to be in. This is a room of desecration.
True. True.
Or we would not. Well, depending on the nature of things, we might not be in that room.
I mean, let's go into the next room and then I can set up our little base of operations.
Works for me.
How high up is the dragon skull?
It's over the door, so it's about 8 to 9 feet in the air. With the height, the top of it will probably be about 10 feet. This room is arched rather dramatically. It looks like it was a major dining hall of some kind at one time. Sergei remembered it being the dining hall or mess hall that the guards used. It was considered an honored place to be one of the castle guards. And so the ceiling is about 15 feet high, higher than a normal ceiling.
So, but the skull is about 8 feet.
The bottom of it is about 8 feet, probably, or a little more, because it's above the door, which is 8 feet high. And then it would go up another couple of feet from that very deep skull.
And what's holding it up?
A kind of a bracket sort of arrangement. You can guess from when you look at it that it weighs many hundreds of pounds.
So, like, me trying to jump onto it, it's not going to affect anything in terms of, like, trying to get that skull loose?
Probably not. It would be a roll of the dice, but it would be a very high roll to have to achieve.
Well, I mean, it's 8 feet high. I'm 7 feet. I could actually just, like, grab it, not have to jump at it. I'm going to go to one end of it, and I'm going to just start tearing down the rack, if I can.
That rack is built to hold an awful lot of weight. Give me a strength roll, and it's going to be, because this is designed to hold huge amounts of weight, I'm going to say that's a DC 19 strength roll.
Okay, and just to give you aspect of the bear, and you have advantage on strength checks made to push, pull, lift, or break objects. So I'm essentially trying to pull it down.
Are your feet touching the floor when you do this?
Well, yeah, because I'm reaching up to grab this rack, and I'm going to be pulling it down.
Then I will let the pull, because you kind of push your feet against the floor to get a. If you were just adding your weight to it, I wouldn't allow that. But yeah, go ahead.
Let's go strength, and that is a 20 with the advantage.
With your advantage,
We've really got to stop using these highs rolls for this kind of stuff.
Give me a dexterity save, please, Dirok.
Oh yeah, because now I'm gonna have a skull falling on top of me. Can I invoke danger sense? Is this a trap? Oh, it's not bad.
Too late for asking.
You manage to forward roll yourself out from under this thing as a shuddering, thundering thud of 500 pounds hits the floor. It would have probably crushed you to death if it had hit you.
I didn't even think of that. I forgot the skull's actually pretty heavy.
From outside the doors, which are now completely blocked, you hear, "What's that? What's that? What's going on in there? What are you doing to my artwork in there?"
I don't say anything. Is there a way for me to block those doors?
They are blocked by the skull. Nobody's coming in right now.
Well, I mean,
You can. The doors begin to shudder as somebody is pushing against them, trying to get them open.
Okay,
Well,
so that stays there for now.
I was planning to try to get it out of this room so it's now no longer in desecration, but it serves well to keep him out.
The skull is 5 feet wide, so it will just barely go through a normal 5-foot door. You'll have to kind of twist it a little to get it through, but it'll go through.
We're moving, guys. We're moving the couch throughout the castle.
That's what they were. No, he just wanted it out of the room. He doesn't have to go with us the entire way. He just wanted it out of the room.
No, we're moving the couch into the weird sparkly room.
Okay, we got weather moving in. Got a little weather notice. Anyway, all right, so now that you are in this room, and let me kind of put Dirok over against this door. I don't have Monarch as usual or Emil, but let me see, I can probably just paste. I don't think I have. Yeah, okay.
Yay. So there's Rowan, that's how many of me. Decades and artwork.
Yeah, for Monarch, who was not here when they did this, this is a room that is completely covered in bas-relief. It is basically carved out of mud that has been hand-plastered over bones that have been glued onto the wall to make grotesque figures of people in torment and various things. The entire room, including part of the arch ceiling, is covered in this grotesque artwork. The table itself has been covered in bones, and the long dining table and chairs are all covered in bones. Everything is covered in bones in this room except for the floor.
Everything is
Mark
super
will
gross.
grimace at the opulent mess that is this room.
And you can hear from outside the double doors someone is actually sobbing in panic.
I'm sorry, Cyrus, but
I'm actually amazed, like, considering the restraint and all the stuff you guys have been through. I'm impressed you didn't just kill him. I'm actually impressed. It's like, wow, but you guys have still got that shred of good you don't want to do against people you don't think have done anything wrong.
You were here for the Abbey because that's where you were kidnapped. I actually like the mongrel folk. I actually do take pity on them.
All I remember from that, because remember, last time I did, you talked to them, you seemed to like them enough to that you were going to kill everything. That was when I left.
I was going to kill everything that was keeping them here.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. I meant the lovely chap we met. I think you charged him? Yes. It was a fight with the actual abbot.
I challenged the abbot, but then
I
I became afraid of him during the rage, so I was basically a barking dog.
I'm so mad.
All right, now you have a dilemma. You can go back out and up the stairs. You can use, if you pull the skull away, you can go back out through either of these doors, both of which you've been in before, both directions. So, or you can camp here in the hideous bone room. What are you going to do? And with that, as we decide that, we will end here for the night.
Please just fucking camp here.
I'm fine with camping here. Durak is like, no.
Durak doesn't want to. This place is bad juju. I remember last week when we came in here and I got very bad vibes in the room.
Okay, we'll go back to the office then.
Yeah, we'll go back to the office.
So let's go back to the office.
You go out through the north door, and sure enough, you find yourself in the Chamberlain's office. You pass through a common room that you recognize that Sergei told you was where the officers would lounge and talk with the men and various things. Just a common room that the soldiers used, although it was all broken up and everything in it had been smashed. And then you go through the doors out of that on the north, and you are back in the Chamberlain's office. The secret door is still open, leading to the stairs downward that you used last time. So is Sylvia doing her hut?
I am not doing the hut. I am going to take a moment to consider my options. And
we're going to get the mansion.
Doing a quick head count, going, you. And she's going to point at the Vistani. You're only allowed in here if you behave. You critique anything that you see on the other side of this, I will stab you in your sleep. That is not a promise or a threat. That is just fact. And I will invoke the doorway and open it after everyone else.
He will make a sweeping bow and he will say, I understand, pretty lady. I will be on my best behavior. After all, I wish to see this to the end to make sure that the Dread Lord is killed, just like you. I want to see him removed from Barovia.
Flattery gets you nowhere. In the door.
I proceed to push him through. Everything just ends with him being pushed. Everything.
I clap my hand on his shoulder. Would you like some help inside?
Leave me be. I will remember you later. And he just immediately steps inside before you're able to shove him.
Yes.
So, pretty much for a quick description as you're
yes, this.
Oh god, this is the fun part. It's basically kind of think the Beauty and the Beast library, except with 2 stairs going up, major stained glass windows, and it's just decked to the nines in silks, furs, as lavish as you think a bard could get, just without half the egotistical nature about it. It's there aren't any sweeping paintings of Sylvia or weird statuary of her. Like, she's not egotistically going like, I am the best bard in the universe, but it is very much a bard's home of just quills,
Decadence.
feathers, leathers, silks, you name it, fireplace, it's there.
The proper meaning of decadence. The actual proper one. The luxury and decadence.
So as you end the evening, you end in a beautifully equipped room with all the amenities. You have beds and everything you could wish to sleep safely and soundly. What are the protections and things that the mansion has to offer?
Basically, it's only the people that could see the doorway are the only ones able to enter and see it.
A
Once
staff
the doors...
of 100 near-transparent servants.
Yeah,
What
pretty
on
much.
earth?
Pretty much, she's just gonna be like, that way's the kitchen, baths and other rooms are upstairs, there's enough for everybody, don't be feisty about it.
When
If you
Aragorn
need some-
steps in, he goes, "Pretty lady, I had no idea. I will make sure that you are one of my ministers whenever I travel."
I've had better offers, but anyways, if you need anything, ring the crystal bell on that platform there. Someone will attend to your needs. Don't be a dick about it, because they do have to report back to me.
And Aragorn just like walks through and unslings his bolt of his quiver of bolts and kind of tosses it in the corner and lounges out on a sofa like he could get used to this very quickly.
Hovering wine goblets and stuff.
Oh, and just don't leave anything behind, otherwise it's gone forever.
I will remember that. And he leans back. Are there any other beautiful women that are here? I could use company for the night.
All of my servants look like Chippendale dancers. That's amazing you would ask that question. And they're all invisible, so good luck with that.
Oh, that is too bad. How about you join me, pretty lady? I would be glad to make room on the sofa for you.
And I immediately walk in. If you would like some company, I have a deck of cards.
He snarls and says, "No, thank you. I will take wine instead." And he snatches one of the floating cups, drinks it.
I'm gonna go, even though I've given directions on like where all the rooms are, I'm gonna go into like the big door. Actually, no, I'm pulling the book that opens up another doorway and walking in and closing it right behind me.
No invitation implied.
I think Monarch at this.
It's basically like you get the hint. Private chamber.
Yeah, you get the hint. I need me time right now.
I need a bath.
This might be the last me time we have for a while. In case, Strahd murder. I would say once he's actually in a secure place, the sort of rigid backbone Monarch's had, this past, since you've met him again, he will nearly collapse. And will probably disappear with the transparent servants. Probably have his arm tended to, as the thing's probably rotting a little bit. So he probably will be going to surgery and getting that sorted and getting his clothes. Yeah, so he'll be elsewhere. He is a medical man, so he'll be off doing that and recovering, because he's a mess.
So as we leave our intrepid crew for the night, they are restoring themselves in great luxury, and we will see if they are prepared to find their way to wherever they are going to go next week, be it in search of Strahd himself or in search of other locales. We shall see. In the meantime, there will be a Myrrh next Saturday night, right?
Yes, there will be Mirror next Saturday.
I always say Myrrh. I'm sorry. Meyer.
Meyer.
Even in the game, man.
Yeah, I gotta remember it's mirror, like a mirror.
I love playing the game Meyer.
Yes,
One of you is going to die for this.
Very good. Then we will see you again Saturday for Mir, or are you sure? And then next week again for Curse of Strahd. The following week is a little up in the air for us. I don't know what will happen because I will be having surgery that week, and I'll see if I'm prepared for it. So we shall see. I think I will. But anybody else have any comments to close with?
Nope.
And let's see, that weekend also, Lynn has a something con that she's going to. So
That's in like 2 weeks.
yeah,
Two weeks.
but that's
That's
the
the
week
San
I'm
Diego
talking
Comic
about.
Con.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a Comic Con. You said?
Yeah, the big San Diego
Mm.
Comic Con.
Oh,
Very
we never
good.
get anything like that.
Well, very good. We will
Jealous.
see if we have the episode in 2 weeks, but we will be here next week. So there's a picture of the mansion in the Discord. That's great.
Actually, as a hidden secret, those are actually the hotel rooms you can get to stay in if you pay buku bucks at Disneyland in the actual castle. That's kind of like the look.
Wow.
That's kind of the look.
Wow.
That's kind of the look that the rooms have.
Decadence.
The Princess's Castle is where you are sleeping tonight. And with that, we will wish you all good night from Crone's Crucible. See you next week.
See ya.